Hey, somebody's got to tell Andy I'm running the show. You have? Excellent. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. You are listening to The Professional Noticer. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Lempert. Hey, thank you for making our show a part of your week. As many of you are aware, Andy is out quarantining this week, but we are expecting to have him back in the studio next week. However, we didn't want you to spend a whole week without a show, so we decided to do something a little different today. Do you normally listen to the podcast all the way through to the end to hear the additional financial consideration? You wouldn't believe how often we're told that someone thought the podcast's last commercial was real. Come on, the National Council for Fairness? Actually, that one does sound pretty real. Nevertheless, these last commercials are in fact always make-believe. But who knows, maybe you're the one to put these fake commercials and services into production. So what are we doing today? Well, for those of you who have, in the past, missed our fun little endings to the show, we're compiling a list of some of our favorites and playing them back to back. So buckle up for this week's episode of additional financial consideration provided by... But before we begin this week, the Professional Noticer Special Edition is sponsored by Books for Veterans. The Veterans Administration in Washington, D.C. has asked Andy for 10,000 books. Andy is personally donating as many as he can, but to reach 10,000, he needs your help. To make that easier for you, for every $10 donation you make, a hardback book will be sent to the Veterans Administration for veterans, their families, and employees of the VA. That $10 will cover the cost of the book, the shipping, and the handling. So whether you make this a personal gift or a corporate donation, just go to andyandrews.com/veterans. It can even be added to a website purchase or done as an individual entry. Andy and all of us here at Wisdom Harbor Studios thank you very much for your support. And now, get ready for an uninterrupted, cascade, hilariously inventive, false-flagged commercials from the archives of The Professional Noticer podcast.
Additional financial consideration provided by TheThingSoNiceWeNamedItTwice.com. At TheThingSoNiceWeNamedItTwice.com, we're raising awareness about all things named the same way 2 times. Sure, you've probably tasted one of the green and yellow, fat, 4-headed fish hanging on the wall. Actually, that's a mahi-mahi. Did you know that mahi literally translates to the Polynesian word strong? That's right. The fish is in reality a strong. Perhaps the tradition is common among the Polynesian people because the islanders decided that one South Pacific location was so nice they named it Bora Bora. But did you know, before it was called Bora Bora, it was actually called Pora Pora, meaning firstborn? Yeah, we didn't know that either. But you might have known about the city so nice we named it twice, New York. Yes, our world's real-life Gotham City, home to the Yankees, is in fact a beautiful place. Beautiful as long as you avoid the cold during the winter, the brutal heat during the summer, the air year-round. Forget about driving a car because of the traffic. Watch for the rats on the subway. And, remember the heat. Don't bother bringing your bathing suit. In the summer, the beaches are, not so nice. But head on over to our website and see the full list you don't want to miss. That's TheThingsSoNiceWeNamedThem.com. Additional financial consideration provided by oldfashionedlighterfluid.com. Do you have problems with your charcoal grill? Can't get those briquettes to catch fire? That's because you're using lighter fluid that's been diluted so greatly you could use it to put out a fire. Here at oldfashionedlighterfluid.com, we provide the stuff your daddy used back in the 1970s. Remember Dad dousing that little stack of black biscuit-shaped briquettes and saying, "Stand back, everyone"? And by golly, you did stand back, 'cause when Daddy flipped a match into that old rusty Weber, the mushroom cloud could be seen all over town. And in no time at all, that fire was ready to cook. So turn your back on the newfangled, watered-down imitation. Go online and order a gallon or two of the original stuff from us, oldfashionedlighterfluid.com, and enjoy your barbecue like your parents did, with a black crust and the faint taste of petrochemicals. Additional financial consideration provided by the National Alliance for the Preservation of Guilt. Have you called your mother lately? Why don't you call her more often? After all she's done for you, cooking, cleaning, working her fingers to the bone, this is how you treat her. In truth, your mother may have passed away years ago, but our talented operators here at the National Alliance for the Preservation of Guilt can keep that feeling of regret alive forever. Sign up online at ididitallforyou.com and choose from a menu of options. You'll receive 2 calls every week, one in the middle of the night, the other early in the morning, with themes like, "You never treated your father like this," "Do you have to live so far away?" "I didn't raise you to dress like that." "Look at your sister, she's a doctor," and the ever-popular, "I'll just sit here in the dark by myself." All this to say, friend, if life is a breeze, if you're feeling good about yourself, it's time to shake things up. Do you really miss your mother as much as you say? Even from heaven, she's watching you now. Isn't it time you finally did something for her? So come on, turn back the clock and relive a bit of that old self-condemnation, blame, and remorse. Here to help you do it, we are the National Alliance for the Preservation of Guilt. Additional financial consideration provided by the Embarrassing Dad's Handbook. Are you the father of teenagers? Those semi-human life forms that used to be so nice, they ran into your arms every day after work and laughed at all your jokes. But now they're taller, gawkier, with fuzzy skin and smart mouths. Now when you walk into the room, sometimes they walk out. And if they stay, the teenager is sullen or appears to be bored. This, friend, is where the Embarrassing Dad's Handbook can help. It's a manual put together by experts specifically designed to save the relationship between you and your teen. For now, all you need to know is that your child still loves you. But it's time to show them your feelings in a different way. Nothing says "I love you" more clearly to a teenager than a father who cares enough to embarrass them. The Embarrassing Dad's Handbook will teach you how to dress around your teen. One section emphasizes the necessity of black dress socks with sandals and Bermuda shorts. The handbook contains suggestions for conversation topics when you find yourself in the presence of your teen and their friends. Learn how to talk about things like what real music is, how you acted when you were their age, and urinary tract dysfunctions. The Embarrassing Dad's Handbook is a treasure trove of vocabulary that will be a hit the next time you have teenagers in your car. You'll soon master the skill of including expressions like groovy and far out, in addition to properly referring to anyone who smokes a cigarette as a sinner. The handbook also contains situational awareness tips so that you'll know exactly when to dial up your teenager's nerves by talking too loud, eating too much, staying too long, not staying long enough, and all the many things your kid seems to no longer like about you. So order now. Why wait? Your teenager needs the love only you can show. Find that love language in the Embarrassing Dad's Handbook. Additional financial consideration provided by Carnival Barker University of Sarasota, Florida. Are employment opportunities thin? Perhaps you just don't like being a doctor or a teacher anymore. Ready to try your luck with a whole new career? Carnival Barker University of Sarasota, Florida offers an accredited degree in what was once thought to be a lost art. With a bachelor's degree in carnival barking, you'll get to travel, eat corn dogs at almost every meal, and best of all, you'll be working with some of the world's most interesting people. If you have the ability to sit hunched over for hours at a time and say the same thing into a cheap microphone over and over again, success awaits you. All you need is a degree. Most employers are even fine for you to keep an unfiltered Camel in your mouth while you talk. You'll learn to deliver pitches like, "He was bitten by a centipede the day he was born. Today he's the longest dog in the world, 4.5 feet from nose to tail with 8 functioning legs. Only 25 cents, a single quarter for a photograph made with Daryl the double dachshund." With your degree from Carnival Barker University of Sarasota, Florida, you'll become a master of the repetition pitch that has made so many of our graduates so incredibly successful. Here's an example. Nina, the headless girl. She's inside and she's alive. Nina, the headless girl. 1 thin dime will buy your time with Nina, the headless girl. She's waiting for you now. Nina, the headless girl. So, what do you have to lose? We are Carnival Barker University of Sarasota, Florida. Call now. Operators are standing by. Call 1-800-7-BARKER. Operators are standing by. Your future is in your hands. Operators are standing by. Class is filling. Call quickly. Operators are standing by. Additional financial consideration provided by AmazonSecuritySystems.com. You've seen the tech giant's gadgets, doorbells that call your phone with video messaging, drones that fly around your home taking snapshots of suspicious activity, light bulbs disguised to offer 24-hour surveillance. But now, there is a form of security from Amazon Security Systems, and they are not to be confused with the security systems that are sold on Amazon. With Amazon Security Systems, we're bringing the tried and true defense techniques to your home. In just hours, you can be set up with tripwires tethered to bamboo stakes, 9-foot deep fall pits covered with twigs and leaves. Sharpened sticks at the bottom are also an option. Poison-toed dart tips that fire after stepping on the wrong rock. Tree nets large enough to bag a jaguar or several of the neighborhood kids. And a singing shaman, a real live witch doctor, who is sure to creep out anyone before they even think about getting inside your house. So, find out what works best for your house or your hut. That's Amazon Security Systems. Additional financial consideration provided by WhoWasFirst.com. Have you ever wondered who was the first person to do an everyday ordinary thing? WhoWasFirst.com has almost all the answers. Everyone already knows who the first man on the moon was. Even children are familiar with famous names like Henry Ford and the Wright brothers. But WhoWasFirst.com is an easy-to-access web portal that delivers information propelling you to the forefront of any conversation in any group, anywhere. You'll learn the names of the first person to eat an oyster. Can you imagine cracking open a wet rock, finding the slimy goo inside, and thinking, I bet this will taste good? We keep historical records of previously unappreciated firsts. Our files contain the names of the first person to slip on a banana peel, the first person to be afraid of a clown, and the first person to actually drink milk. In fact, we have a documented quote from the first milk drinker who said to his friends, "See that growth hanging under that cow? You squeeze it, I'll drink what comes out." WhoWasFirst.com is an educational resource and a ton of fun for the family. The first cliff diver, the first owner of a lava lamp, even the first kid who ever shot his eye out with a BB gun. We have them all. That's WhoWasFirst.com. Additional financial consideration provided by lastyearsair.com. Well, friends and neighbors, the holiday season is always busy for the folks at lastyearsair.com. Every December, their factories are in full production mode, packaging that year's air until the calendar rolls over on January 1st, just like it did a little while back. It's what started in 1937 as a novelty gift has become a full-fledged industry, with demand continuing to increase for this unique product with each passing decade. This is truly rare air, otherwise known as antique oxygen, and some have found a brisk market for unique vintages. If you're still holding on to a bag of 2016, Chicago Cubs fans are forking out more than $50 for a single inhalation. For a Cubs fan, that breath is worth it, a reminder of what it was like in 2016 when they won their first World Series in 108 years. For the first time ever, in a January release, lastyearsair.com is making 2020 air available now. As always, it is packaged in Ziploc bags for the whole family or in new bubble wrap travel packs. Also, for the first time, lastyearsair.com has placed a warning label on a particular production run from a single year. It asks only that you be careful with 2020 air. Think of your family and loved ones. Yes, it is a great souvenir, but maybe it shouldn't be breathed. If terrorist organizations added 2020 air to their arsenal, the whole world could be at risk. The 2020 air has proven to be detrimental to your health, and so even a diluted mixture could lead to irreparable harm. Visit them online at lastyearsair.com and take a big breath of history. Additional financial consideration provided by the federal government's Drink Dirty initiative. Do you want to stay healthy? How'd you like to have a rock-solid immune system and a new cause to get behind? Once again, your friends with the federal government have come up with an answer for you. Introducing the Drink Dirty Initiative. In today's world, tensions are high and immune systems are low. Our goal is to shed light on the benefits of drinking dirty water and how to do it in a way that builds germ-fighting antibodies in your systems right away. Start simply with a single swallow from a drain pipe, a glass of water from the pool, or a couple of sips from stagnant standing water. And don't let those mosquito larvae worry you. Those little wigglers are pure protein. Just a few slurps of something completely unsanitary every day will begin to build the hearty physique you want, the body of our ancestors, the caveman. After a few months of dirty drinking, you'll be able to down anything you want. Stuck in Mexico with nothing but a leaky hose to quench your thirst? Not a problem for you, my friend. Drink away. In addition to what's going on inside, don't neglect the outside of your body. For instance, while traveling, keep a squeeze bottle of liquid from your garbage disposal around. Rub some into your hands several times each day, especially before mealtime. Germ-X isn't doing you any favors. Remember, real filth can do you a lot of good. So next time you're on a camping trip and everyone else is putting their precious purification tablets into their hydro flasks of river water, scoff at them and stick your head right into the river. Drink straight from the source like Daniel freaking Boone. Join the Drink Dirty Initiative today, and when the next pandemic hits, you won't even feel it. Drink dirty. It's a lot like Got Milk, but for smart people. Additional financial consideration provided by the GoGo Grill. Are you ever hungry while driving but don't want to head off in the direction of unhealthy fast food? Do you enjoy the danger of multitasking while behind the wheel? Get the GoGo Grill. Simply buckle this small grill into the passenger seat next to you. It snaps in the same way you'd attach a child's booster seat. Secure it with a seatbelt. Plug the attachment into the vehicle's 12-volt socket that used to function as a cigarette lighter and fire that puppy up. Driving through cattle country? Hey, sear a steak at 70 miles an hour, passing through a beach town. Fry seafood going through a school zone. Whatever you want to toss onto that smoking hot grate, of the GoGo Grill, you can do it all while barreling down the interstate with your speedometer pegged out. Hey, as long as one hand is on the wheel, you might as well have the other on a spatula, right? Flip burgers, make an omelet, or with the executive GoGo Grill package, use the oven attachment and bake your favorite pizza. The GoGo Grill is the perfect gift for anyone who loves grilling but simply doesn't have the time to stop for traditional meals. It's perfect for moms who are on the move and have to feed those kids in the back seat. And if you order the executive package today, we'll send you the GoGo refrigerated glove box to install free of charge. Keep this tiny cold storage stocked and you'll always be ready to sizzle a fresh meal for you and your passengers. Order the GoGo Grill package today and never be hungry on the highway again.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, and to the boys and girls who aspire to become ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of another broadcast. This episode was produced by Matt Lempert, music written and performed by Sugarcane Jane, cat calls provided by Twinkle and Smoke of Beverly Hills. For Andy Andrews, I'm Matt Lempert, bidding you a good day. Additional financial support provided by the Association of Misleading Marketing Concepts. Calling attention to our cause, to make people laugh, is our only purpose for existence. In the future, when you hear one of our small creations and chuckle, know that, with your laughter, we have been paid in full and are satisfied with the results of our effort. We remain, humbly yours, the Association of Misleading Marketing Concepts. The Association of Misleading Marketing Concepts is a registered trademark. No, it's not. That was misleading.